Hello YouTube, this is DrawingKid1313, and welcome to another part of my mod spotlight for IndustrialCraft 2. Now it's been a very long time since my last spotlight video. In fact, so long that Minecraft 1.3 has come out, and with it came the latest version of IndustrialCraft 2, version 1. Or no, sorry, 1.106, I think. I may have switched up a few numbers, but so it's updated for 1.3.2, and that is the version that we are using now. A lot of things have changed, but most of them have to do with the nuclear reactors, which I have not gotten to yet in the Spotlight series. So we are going to do that at the end because I'm still, after I've done all the other stuff in IndustrialCraft 2, because I'm still fooling around with that and trying to figure out exactly how they work, and that way I can show you guys without being wrong about everything that I say. So, in this part, we are going to go ahead and we are going to look at some of the different types of armor that come with IndustrialCraft 2. This includes a whole bunch of stuff, and actually one thing that's new since the update. There's one piece of new armor, and it's pretty awesome, so I'll go ahead and show you that, and I'll show you everything else, and let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so let's start out with the most basic piece of armor. On my character, I have the bronze armor equipped. So you can see that's pretty awesome. It's, bronze colored. It's nice and shiny, nice and new. And I believe it is a little bit better than iron armor. But, not quite as good as diamond armor. So it's kind of a good medium in between those two in case you don't have a lot of iron that you want to waste and you don't have any diamonds, and it's pretty simple. All you really need to make it is some tin and some copper. Copper is very cheap, and tin isn't that difficult to find. You'll find yourself finding a lot of it. So it's pretty awesome. It's really simple. Just looks like that. The crafting recipes are the same as always. They're same as all the other armor things, and yeah, so they look pretty awesome. And no special abilities, so that's that. Alright, so the next thing that we have is a little bit of a step up from the bronze things right here. We have the composite vest. Now this doesn't have a full armor set for it, it's just the vest, but the vest is pretty cool. I'll go ahead and put it on right here, and then we'll see how it looks. It looks pretty awesome in my opinion. Nice little grayish charcoal color, that's really awesome. And you can see that it's crafted with just a leather tunic, iron chestplate, and then some advanced alloys. Advanced alloys being, again, just mixed metal ingots and a compressor. I believe I showed you that in a previous episode when I showed you about some of the basic machines and basic materials and whatnot. So it's pretty awesome, and I believe it protects you a little bit more than the bronze chestplate because, the materials are a little bit more expensive, but again, not quite as strong as the diamond armor. As far as durability goes, I am not 100% sure on that either, but I would imagine it lasts a fairly long amount of time for the resources that it takes to craft it. There's another kind of random piece of armor that was just kind of thrown in there. It doesn't have a full set, but it is pretty cool. They're rubber boots, and you put them on, look pretty awesome. Just little black boots, and they'll protect you fairly well against fall damage. But don't believe that they're the most durable, and they don't really protect you from most other kinds of damage. So just really simple. The crafting recipe is very simple. If I could make it into my inventory. It's just some rubber and piece of wool. Any color wool. Any color wool you want. So it's pretty awesome and just, something if you like to jump off of cliffs a lot and you don't really have all the resources for diamond boots. Now the next thing that we have is something new that was added in the newest version, version 1.106. And these are the hazmat suits and then the scuba helmet. And I guess these don't really go together all that much, but they're all the same color, so I'm going to explain them all in the same kind of group. So basically the hazmat suit and the hazmat suit leggings, these things are going to protect you from nuclear dealings. A lot of changes have been made with the way that nuclear reactors work and stuff. So one of the new things that happen when you're dealing with nuclear reactors is that you can actually get injured if you're too close to them, or when a nuke explodes or something like that. It actually kind of contaminates the area around it so that you get poisoned and damaged when you go inside that area. So the hazmat suit will help you against that. So it's pretty awesome, and they look pretty cool as well. Now the other thing that we have is this scuba helmet that goes on just like a helmet. Alright, I'm back here, sorry about that. Apparently, there's a problem when you try to put the scuba helmet on while you're in that creative plus mode with any eyes. So don't do that. Alright, don't do that. So now when I put it on, you can see it's right there. Looks pretty awesome. Let's go into F5 mode. There we go. Looks really, really cool. And basically the way that this works is it'll allow you to breathe underwater. But it's not just, going to allow you to breathe underwater when you're just wearing it. Instead, it requires a certain material or a certain substance to, breathe underwater. Any scuba diver will need oxygen when they go underwater because, that's kind of what we need to breathe. So basically what you're going to need is you're going to need these things called compressed air. If I could find them real quick. I know they're like right in front of my face. There we go. Compressed air cell. And basically when you have a whole bunch of these and you go underwater, the bubbles, they will go down. However, you will not drown when they go all the way down. And eventually it will start using up the compressed air cells and converting them into empty cells because you're using the oxygen out of them. Alright? Now compressed air cells, you may be saying, oh wow, that sounds complicated. Well, it's not. All you have to really do, put them in a compressor. Just put an empty cell inside a compressor, and it gives you compressed air cells. Not to mention the fact that you don't even lose the cell. You get back the empty cell in its place, which is really awesome and a great way to breathe underwater, just in case you don't have the materials necessary to get the quantum suit, which I will go over pretty soon. By the way that you craft these with the scuba helmet, it's just orange dye, piece of glass, some iron bars, and then some rubber. With the hazmat suit, it's just some orange dye and some rubber. Fairly simple. And then with the hazmat suit, orange dye, rubber. Again, very simple. Now I believe in a previous episode I explained how you had some tools that required energy, such as the drill and the diamond drill right here, and the chainsaw. I'm not sure if I went over them in detail, but I'm pretty sure that I mentioned them. Anyways, there are tools in IndustrialCraft 2 that require energy, and usually what you would have to do is you'd have to charge them up inside of an MFE, MFSU, or some type of energy storage. Well, these pieces of armor will actually charge them for you. First things first, we have the solar helmet. Alright, so that doesn't really like being put on when you're in that creative plus mode either, so be careful when you're doing that. Anyways, the next thing that we have is the solar helmet. Put that on. See, that looks pretty awesome. It's kind of like you have a solar panel on your head. We went over those, I believe, when we went over energy, and basically, looks just like that. I can't really see the top of my head because of how, the whole view things work. You move your head as you kind of, move around to look, which makes sense, but now I can't see the whole helmet. But it looks pretty awesome. Kind of looks like an iron helmet, but it has a solar panel on top. And what this will do is it'll gradually recharge any tool that you have in your hand over time, as long as it's daytime. If it's nighttime, you're not really going to get much of a charge. But daytime, it's an awesome way if you're working outside to, charge up your drill as you're using it, and then you don't use as much energy out of it as you normally would. The next thing that we have here is the static boots, and they're similar to how the solar panel or the solar helmet will work, only that it'll charge up your items as you walk or as you run. Oh, that was weird. It's very odd. But anyways, yeah, so it'll charge up any item that you have, being like the mining drills, chainsaw, something simple like that. It won't charge up more advanced things like the mining laser, which I'll go over in a future episode. Now the crafting recipes for these, for this solar helmet, it's pretty much just solar panel, some iron on top, and then some copper cabling. You could also just use an iron helmet and then put it like that. So very simple. For the static boots, it's just some orange wool, some iron ingots, and some copper cable. You could also just use iron boots as well. Now the next set of armor that we have is the nanosuit helmet, the nanosuit body armor, the nanosuit leggings, and the nanosuit boots. This completes the whole thing with the nanosuit, and they're pretty awesome. First things first, they protect you quite a bit. They will protect you from a lot of damage, and you'll be pretty difficult to kill if you're wearing all of these armor. The next best thing is that they don't, the durability, they will not break. Now they will lose that little progress bar right there, but this represents how much energy is inside them. So instead of having durability, they actually have an energy charge. So you have to charge them up in order for them to protect you. It's pretty awesome because then you could just use all the EU that you're producing and use it to power your armor and whatnot. And as you can see, looks very awesome. It's probably one of the coolest looking armor in the game. but very, very cool. It'll protect you from a lot of damage. But other than that, it has no special function. Now it is a little bit difficult to craft. It requires a lot of coal because it requires a lot of carbon plates. If you remember from a previous episode, a carbon plate is just made by making carbon mesh inside a compressor, which is made of 2 raw carbon fibers, which is made of coal dust, which is made of macerator. Coal in a macerator. Alright, sorry. I don't know where I was in that sentence when my Minecraft crashed, but apparently this Creative Plus thing does not like when you manually put items in there. So it'll allow me to take it out, and it'll also allow me to shift click in it, but if I were to take it out and then try to put it in the manual way, it'll go ahead and crash. So be careful when you do that. Very, very odd. But anyways, the next thing that you're going to need when crafting these is an energy crystal, because, you know, they're powered with energy, and you put an energy crystal in there, that's how it holds its energy. And then also some glass. So with the nanosuit body armor, just carbon plates and energy crystal. Nanosuit, that's energy crystal. And then same thing with these. Now before we go on to this final set of armor right here, which is like the best thing ever, we're going to go over these backpacks that we have, because I'm going to consider them armor, even though they don't really protect you any, but they allow some really cool functions, and they also, you know, you wear them, so it makes sense. So first things first, you have the backpack, and basically what this will do is it'll keep your items charged, and while you're using your drill or whatever you may have in your hand, it's going to drain energy out of the backpack instead of draining it out of the drill. So it's pretty awesome and a good way to extend the battery life of your tools that you use for mining and whatnot. That way, every few seconds you don't have to travel back up your mine shaft and, you know, recharge it and whatnot. So very awesome, very handy. The next thing that we have is the jetpack. It's pretty awesome. Basically, it allows you to fly. Just press space, and let me get out of creative mode actually. There you go. So just press space, and it'll go ahead and fly. But be careful, because you can still die. You can still take fall damage. See? So, something that you might want to be a little bit careful of. Now the jetpack is a little bit confusing because it has to be filled up with fuel cans. This is the crafting recipe for it right here, just some refined iron and an electronic circuit. And you can see that you can either use an empty fuel can, but it's better to use, you know, full fuel can. That way you can have a full jetpack when you go to craft it. Now the way that you get these is you use a machine called the canning machine. And basically you can see the uses for this. No, that's it. Recipe? Nope. Basically you put it into the canning machine and you put some fuel in there, and it'll go ahead and put the fuel into the jetpack. That way you can refill it. But it's a little bit of a pain. So many people just want to skip right to this. The electric jetpack. It's like the jetpack, only better because it runs on electricity, and all you need to recharge it is to put it in some type of energy storage unit. So it's very awesome, and it's the same thing as a jetpack. The only difference is, let me go ahead and get out of here. The only difference is when you put it on, you have the option to press M while you're it's not flying. So again, electric jetpack, just like the regular jetpack, only it runs on electricity. Now the final backpack that we have is the lap pack, and it's just like the backpack, only upgraded. You can see that in the crafting recipe. It'll go ahead and use a whole bunch of lapis lazuli blocks, and it'll also use your existing backpack, and it'll use an advanced circuit. Basically, this will hold a lot more EU than the regular backpack will. And another thing that it can do that you guys may not know about yet is it can charge your mining laser, which the backpack cannot do. So it's just an upgraded version of the backpack. By the way, crafting recipe for the backpack is some RE batteries, electronic circuit, and some tin. And that's pretty much it. And they don't have to be charged. They can be empty. Now, let's get on to the final set of armor we have. We have the quantum suit armor. We have the quantum suit helmet, body armor, leggings, and boots. Now these, similar to the nano suit, they run on EU. They can be charged up in your MFSU. In fact, they have to be charged up in an MFSU because they hold a lot of EU. I believe they hold 1 million EU per charge. So, quite a bit. Now the crafting recipes for them real quick. It uses the existing nanosuit, and then it also used a Lapotron crystal, iridium plate, and advanced circuits, and some reinforced glass. The reinforced glass, pretty simple, just like that. And the iridium plate, that is crafted with some iridium ore. The way that you get iridium ore is by producing UU matter in your mass fabricator, which I believe I went over, but I'm not 100% sure, so I'm sure if I didn't, you guys can leave a comment in the comment section saying, hey, you didn't get over that, and then that may be in the next video. But anyways, that's the only way that you can get this iridium ore, so this is why this stuff is very expensive. It also requires a diamond and some advanced alloys. But after you got that, you can see all the different crafting recipes like so. And after you got that, you can go ahead and put your armor on, and it's all awesome. Not only does this protect you from pretty much every single damage that could possibly happen to you, it's going to allow you to do a few special things. Let's go over them. Alright, so let's just go in order. First we have the quantum suit helmet. Basically what that allows you to do is it allows you to breathe underwater. I'm in creative mode, aren't I? Let's go ahead and get out of creative mode. Right, so I'm not in creative mode, I'm in survival mode. As you can see, the bubbles are going down. But once they get to a certain point, they're just going to vanish and then go back up to the full set of bubbles. So I'll stay down here for a little bit, and you can see that it went back up, and now I have full air again, so I will not drown with this helmet on. So it's pretty awesome. It also protects you from some damage as well. The next thing that we have is the quantum suit body armor, and this doesn't have too special of an effect, but it will protect you from pretty much every single type of damage. It will protect you a lot, and it's practically invincible. I mean, unless you're standing like right next to a nuke or you know, something like that, you're pretty much not going to die. So really cool. The next thing that we have is the quantum suit leggings, and what these allow you to do. Let me take everything off so that you know that it's just the quantum suit leggings that do this. What these allow you to do is they allow you to run super fast. Now usually in the config setting it'll be activated whenever you sprint. So whenever you double press W, double tap W, you'll sprint really fast. But I have changed my configs around so that it doesn't use the double tap because sometimes I just want to run normal. And instead you have to use the control key, the left control key, to boost your sprint speed. So hold left control key, sprint, and there we go. We're going super duper fast. Awesome, right? Now this will of course drain a lot of energy out of your leggings to, you know, sprint this fast, but it's really awesome and very good for traveling long distances, or, you know, just walking around your house, because I personally think that Minecraft walking speed is extremely slow. So let's look at the final piece of the armor. That is the quantum suit boots. And what the boots allow you to do is they allow you to jump super duper high. Similar to how what's it called? It's similar to how the leggings were activated with the sprint speed. You hold the control key, and when you press jump, you're gonna jump really high, and it'll make that little leg crunching sound, but you're not actually taking damage because they protect you from pretty much all fall damage. So pretty awesome and very good for getting around, especially in like forests and jungles and whatnot. And now when you have the combination of everything, then you can go ahead, sprint really fast, jump, you could swim in lava, no problem. You can see that I'm not even taking damage, and I'm swimming in lava. That's how awesome this armor is, but that's also why it's extremely expensive to make, so it's, you know, pretty awesome. Alright, so I think that's about it for all the different types of armor. Oh, by the way, I haven't showed you this one. You can see the back right there, and this also looks really cool, but I personally like the black better. I think it's really awesome. But this is pretty cool, and it allows you to do awesome stuff. But I think that's pretty much it for this spotlight. It's you know, a lot of different things that IndustrialCraft adds, and I'm going to try and keep more up to date with the spotlights that I'm doing. I think in the next episode I'm going to show you some of the things that I missed. I'm going to show you some of the advanced tools and whatnot, and we're going to see how we do with that. I still have to watch everything through because it's been so long since I've done one of these spotlights that I kind of forget what I have covered and what I haven't. So I'm going to have to spend some time watching my own videos and finding out what I have to cover still. But you know, once I do that, hopefully it'll be within the week, and you guys will get another spotlight out there. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, don't forget to leave a like. It really helps me out a lot, and you know, helps to continue to allow my channel to grow and all that fun stuff. So I want to thank you for watching, and I hope that you join me in the next video. Bye bye.